Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
Some auto companies did have to rethink routes after the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsed a few weeks ago. And that brings us to the subject of our next guest. Mazda is looking to expand its presence in the U.S. The company says the timing of its EV, quote, intentional follower strategy is paying off as demand for hybrid models now continued to rise. Here in studio with more is Masahiro Moro, President and CEO of Mazda. Moro-san, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
So let's just start where we left off on supply chains. Are you noticing any impact currently in the U.S. when it comes to bringing in vehicles because of the Baltimore Bridge collapse?
Yeah, at the moment, our operation team has been closely working with the Port of Baltimore and a concerned entity to find out points nearby for inbound vessels. And also we are working for alternative ports we have in the East Coast, Jacksonville, temporarily to minimize the delay of delivery to the customer. So that is the current outlook, and we're looking forward to come back to Port of Baltimore once the operation is back on track.
So that's dealing with the finished product, the delivery of those products. As far as making your cars here, are you dealing with any supply chain constraints to getting supplies and things?
We do have a supply chain issue globally. That is a few reasons behind it. One is the vessel shortages. During pandemic, vessel companies scrap the old vessels and they are reinvent to more LNG-based, better fuel efficiency and low CO2 vessels. That is one reason. The second reason is just mentioned Suez Canal and Panama Canal is unable to pass through. And the third reason is a significant increase in export from China mainland. Those are contributing to a significant challenge for logistics right now.
I am curious. I'm glad you brought up China. Most of what they're exporting, though, those are primarily EVs, or are they direct competitors to the models that Mazda is producing?
It is a combination between pure battery EV and the range extender and the internal combustion engine. It depends on the brand or Chinese brand.
What car do you think will sell the most, EVs, hybrids, or ICEs in the next, say, 5 years?
I believe still internal combustion engine has strong support from the consumers. And secondly, I see great potential in hybrid. That is a product solution for customers. There is no anxiety for range. Right now, it's getting traction right now.
Well, we've seen that. I'm curious about with the internal combustion engines, because we have seen demand by consumers hold up, but the governments aren't necessarily on the same page. You have major initiatives in the U.S., in Europe, even in China, in order to reduce pollution and the carbon footprint, to get more people to buy electric vehicles or at least alternative fuel vehicles here. Do you not anticipate that those government efforts might push consumers into non-ICE vehicles?
Well, consumer gradually will be better educated, but at the moment, infrastructure and the battery costs and the price and affordability, many very high hurdle for customer to purchase. So it is going to be a slow adoption pace would be expected. Regulation is one side, the different side, we have to deal with that. But we focus on the consumer needs and wants and lifestyle.
Before we let you go, you're here, you're in the U.S. Are you looking to make an investment in the U.S. and would you wait until the presidential election's over to make that call?
We have a couple of alternative plans, but the final decision is after presidential election.
On purpose?
No, we need to see, it is going to be a big change would have expected based upon past experience. I stayed in U.S., so it's a big swing.
So you don't feel comfortable making that investment until you have that visibility?
We do have a plan for the investment in the future, but how and timing to be, weighted.
All right, Moro-san, we really appreciate you taking time for us on your trip here in the U.S. Masahiro Moro, he's the president and CEO of Mazda.